Good February 4th, everybody. This is The World According to Graves, and I'm your stalwart host, Robin Graves. Um, let's get some things out of the way. Um, Mike, Cabin in the Woods. I loved it. Great cosmic horror, lots of nods to a lot of great horror stories and urban legends and movies. Movie is pretty much a satire, okay, in my opinion. It's great. I actually laughed in places. Okay, we gotta get this out of the way. Obligatory Diet Pepsi. Let's hear that wonderful noise. Love that sound. A little sippage here, folks. Most of you guys out there drink beer. Diet Pepsi. Um, First off, I want to talk about Friday. I want to make my comment on the entire impeachment process that happened. The impeachment managers, or court managers, or grand poobahs, whatever name they use at the moment. I want my comment on Adam Schiff, Jeffrey Nadler, Nancy Pelosi's being quiet the whole time. Events that the Democrats brought in against Donald Trump. Um, I want to do my comment on this. And excuse me, God, this is funny. Jeez, the whole thing. Oh my God. Ow, 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 I think I hurt myself. Oh. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh. Thank you, folks. Golly. Oh. Thank you for the entertainment, Democrat Party. Jesus, you guys are... Man, I'll tell you something, man. Monty Python's got nothing on you people. Oh, give me a second here. I think I need a cigarette after this. Oh, God, yeah. My hair's still on my head. Wow, I thought I fell off for a second. Whew, wow. Oh, I think I hurt myself. God. Okay, folks. Little seriousness. I'll be back, okay? I'll be back. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, sorry guys, I had to go outside and smoke a cigarette. When I laughed so hard I fell out of my chair. I actually hit the little runner thing on the rocking chair next to my computer desk, and with my knee, and I had to put a bandage on there. Band-aid. It actually started bleeding. I have to be careful with infection. I'm diabetic. I get infections very easily. I'm not even going to mention. Anyway, let's go into something a little more serious here. Let me get my sound here right. Jeez. This placement of a microphone is everything. Last week, I did a report on the coronavirus. I got some information wrong, and I have some updates. If I get something wrong, I'm going to tell you it's wrong. Once I find out it's wrong, I'll be the first one to say I was wrong. I was wrong on a few things. We're going to fix that today. I've got some updated information. Wow. This is as of today, February 4th. I had to, I've been doing notes on this over the weekend as I got time. And yesterday we had contractors here, so I spent most of it, to do some work on the house, remodeling the bathroom. I spent all my time outside doing research on this, and then this morning I had to go and update some things, some numbers, because they changed overnight. As of February 4th, 2020, there are 20,696 active cases of novel coronavirus. Now, don't get this mistaken for human coronavirus. It's two different things. Human coronavirus is pretty much a cold with an upper respiratory infection. Novel coronavirus is much worse. it's we're going to get into about the fatality rate and RO factor and everything, and just give me some time. I've got some information I've got to pass on. 20,696 active cases. Oh my God. About 2,500, roughly 2,500, are critical cases. There have been 427 deaths and 730 recoveries. That number's changed overnight. The numbers have changed quite a bit. It was 5,000 something recoveries, 500 something recoveries. Yes, have gone up almost 200 recoveries, but the deaths have gone up from 362 to 427 overnight. So the deaths are catching up with the recoveries. Now, this is going to be interesting for you. It's very interesting for me. We'll get into that. I'm trying not to go on a rant here or a go off on any tangents. I'm trying to keep information clear. You guys deserve actual information, not opinion, conjecture, conspiracy theories. I'm not going to give any of my theories on this. Everything I'm giving you today are plain stone cold factual information. So this is this right here so far is including the scant info given by China. Okay, China's not releasing much. They're keeping a lot close to their chest. They don't want anybody really to know how bad it is, but it is bad over there. Let's see, novel coronavirus has been designated 2019 NCOV. On February 2nd, a death in the Philippines marked the first death outside of China. It was a 44-year-old man from Wuhan who was admitted to the hospital on January 25th with fever, cough, and sore throat, and it developed into severe pneumonia. In the last few days, he showed improvement and was declared stable. In the last few days, he showed improvement and was declared stable. His condition deteriorated in the last 24 hours, resulting in his death. This is a common factor in this so far. You start showing improvement, and then you deteriorate very quickly. This is, just because it looks like you're getting better, may not be the fact you're getting better. It may be the fact you're gonna friggin' die. Okay, that is, yes, I said that, and it's scary. Okay, so I mean, it's this is a very unpredictable virus. You know, see, where was I? The common conditions, deaths in China, and these are common conditions. They were all reported in all the deaths in China, and the deaths everywhere else. It's all been the same, pretty much. Excuse me, guys. This is gonna be a little shaken, and everything. On February 2nd, China shut down another major city. It closed all roads and restricted movement of the people in Wenzhou, Wenzhou. I'm pretty sure I butchered the name of that city. A city of 9 million people. It's located 800 kilometers away from Wuhan. The Zhejiang province, where Wenzhou is located, has the highest number of confirmed cases outside of the Hubei province. This was the third city actually to be quarantined. It's 3 major cities in China are quarantined right now. That's right around 30 million people. On February 1st, the 8th case in the United States was reported. That's been updated. As of this morning, it's 11 cases here in the U.S. So far, everybody is pretty much, they're hospitalized. They are in critical condition. It's very severe cases here. There have been some presumed cases, one of which was a guy who was literally, he was hungover. Yes, he had a hangover, and they thought he might have had this. Another one was just somebody who had a bronchial infection, and that was it, bronchitis. So, yeah, we're not, hospitals are not taking any chances with this. It's like back in 2009, about the swine flu outbreak. I had this actual swine flu, H1N1, back in 2009. It left my immune system compromised. But hospitals, if you had swine flu or just regular influenza, the flu, they treated it the same way. They were taking no chances. And that's pretty much what's going on now. Since this broke out big time in China, there's finding people here that are infected. They will not take chances. If you are showing the slightest symptoms of it, they are putting you in observation. You are isolated and put in observation. On January 31st, two cases reported in the UK. First two were reported in Russia. First in Sweden and Spain, and Canada reported its fourth case. This is spreading across borders so fast. It's frightening how it's spreading. On January 31st, the United States declared novel coronavirus a public health emergency. Now, I'm going to explain why this is declared a public health emergency. Um, I've been, I've been talking to sources. I've actually made some new ones over the weekend about this. The reason that the World Health Organization has declared this uh, a public health emergency is because it has crossed so many borders. It's not the fact that so many people outside of China have it, but it's how it has spread. Um, it's normally if here in America, if we have an influenza outbreak, North America, no problem. Doesn't really go very far north or very far south. This has gone worldwide. 27 countries have this. You know, it's moving like wildfire. Uh, the United States government has issued 14 days quarantine rules for all U.S. citizens uh, from that come to the U.S. from China. Let me switch pages here. Um, I'm giving you I got a lot of information here. It's also issued an order to deny entry to foreigners who have traveled to China within the past 2 weeks. The thing is, here in America, there's not really a cure for a virus. Yes, we have antivirals, but the problem is the more of these you take, the less they have an effect on you. The viruses will mutate to get around it. Let me get a drink here, okay? The laughter a while ago kind of really messed my throat here. Excuse me, people. Bear with me here. Um, right now, the main thing is not to cure it, but to stop it from coming. That's pretty much what every country has done. That's why there's uh, so many quarantines happening in China. It's spread there like, oh my God, you wouldn't believe. It's it's this is scary, folks. Think about it. I've seen zombie horror movies that start off this way. Look at a movie called Doomsday. Not so much a zombie movie, just a horror movie. Anyway, let me get on with this. On January 30th, the novel coronavirus total case count surpassed that of SARS, which affected eight. Oh my God, that many people! 8,096 people worldwide, and coronavirus has exceeded that in a much shorter time. Wow. On January 30th, the CDC confirmed the first case of human-to-human transmission. This when this first started coming out, became publicized. Me and the my Erzatz producer Gonzar, Lord of Darkness. Hey man, how's it going? I gotta give you a call sometime this week. He and I were talking, and he brought up the possibility that this was probably had what was called a dead transfer. This means you touch something, the virus is on it, you touch it, and someone else touches it, they catch it. This was actually, he brought that up. That was actually being looked into if that was a possibility. Fortunately, so far, it's not, but that's not saying it will never be. This thing is a wildfire, and it's going to find every way in the world to spread. Trust me, that's the way a virus of this magnitude works. Oh wow! Germany, Japan, Vietnam, and the U.S. all reported cases of human-to-human transmission. Uh, it's spreading like a common cold right now as it stands. But you just wait. I'm going to predict. I'm going to predict there'll be a dead transfer. Uh, it'll be surface to person before it's over with. The cities of Wuhan, Wangang, and Wanzhou have all been closed off and quarantined. That's 30 million people in 30 cities. That's that's a lot of people, man. Wow, these are major cities in China. These are major industrial cities, and they're closed off. Now, people are saying, well, the stock market is dropping because of this. Yes, it is. Because a lot of companies in China, which are doing trade worldwide, aren't able to export anything out. Nothing is coming out of these cities. And these companies are faltering, which is putting a ripple effect through the stock market. This is showing you exactly what an illness will do to world economy. And I'm not going to get into the politics. I promise you I wouldn't do that today. But let's carry on, okay, shall we? Nowhere in history has this much, has there been this many people in a quarantine. There's never been this much of a magnitude of a quarantine as this in human history. This is people, you're watching history in the making, okay? This many people, 30 million people, three major cities, quarantined, nobody in, nobody out. This does not bode well at all, period. Now, here's some interesting things that I information that was passed to me, okay, by individuals in the know. These are professional individuals who work with, well, one of which does work for the CDC. Uh, like I said, there are some people, like the two doctors I spoke to report last week, don't want their names coming up due to backlash. This person doesn't want their name brought up due to backlash. But this is information he passed to me that he even got from the World Health Organization. This is how contagious it is. The term RO is used to represent, or it's RO or zero, is used to represent the average number of people that will catch the disease from a single infected person. Excuse me. The RO rate of 1 or lower will the illness will disappear. It'll go. It'll bye. It won't live. Uh, right now, the novel coronavirus is a 4.08. That means one person will infect 4.8 more people. It will spread that fast. Now, you think, well, one person only infects 4. That's not very much. You have to look at this in a. It'll increase geometrically. Those 4 people, one person has it will infect 4 people. Those 4 people will infect 16 people. 4 times 4. Okay, now those 4 infect 4 people each. You now have 16 people, more people that are infected. That's 21 people so far. Now, those 16 people will infect 4 people each. Plus 4 times 16, 64. 64 people. Those 64 people will infect 256 people. And it multiplies geometrically. See, this is spreading very quickly due to the RO factor. The RO factor proves it. It's very fast, and it is very contagious. So, SARS was only a 2.0. The flu is a 1.3. Now, we see how the flu here in America, how the flu itself will devastate. I mean, everybody will get it. You make a big deal out of it. We go get flu shots. Everybody gets the flu. That's only an RO factor of 1.3. This is about just short of 4 times more infectious. So now, one bit of good news here. One bit of good news. Okay, is that the mortality rate, which previously was estimated at 4%, has been reduced to only 2%, according to the World Health Organization. SARS, the mortality rate was 10%. MERS was 34%. Yes, I do believe this was this virus, the novel coronavirus, was created. It wasn't just something that just happened. It was created. I do believe, and according to professionals that I've spoken to, they also believe that novel coronavirus is a weaponized version of SARS. I have no reason to believe otherwise. But it seems the mortality rate is much lower uh, than what you would think it would be. SARS was 10% mortality rate. This is only 2%. I'm hoping it doesn't mutate, okay, any farther than what it has. So far, the mutagenic rate is very low so far, where influenza is pretty high. A common cold, rhinovirus, it has mutated so many times. There is no cure for a cold because it will mutate while it's in your system to defeat anything that is introduced to defeat it. So, and like I said, the more you take antiviruses, the more your body becomes resistant to antiviruses. Uh, that's why so many viruses exist. It's not the fact they never did before. We're just becoming more susceptible to them. And then this thing was created. Uh, it does share similarities in some ways in its sequencing to anthrax, Japanese encephalitis, pneumonia, but the base amount, the base sequence is SARS. There's too many links to a bioweapons factory in Beijing that the Wuhan Virology Institute was connected to and working with. This was engineered. This was I do believe this was a man-made virus. All the information that I got has been provided by the CDC and the World Health Organization. None of this is anything that I've made up. All of this, you can Google this. You can find out everything I've said so far is true. So far, the thing that's the saving grace here in America and several other countries are the fact that we're not as populated, or densely, excuse me, we are not as densely populated as Wuhan, Guangzhou, or the other city that was quarantined. 30 million people in 3 cities. That's a lot of people. That's a lot. And they're very densely packed. They're not spread out like Atlanta is so much. These are more packed together. And people are they're not as uh, I don't know the word I'm trying to use here. My God, mark this on your calendar, folks. They are more densely packed than, say, for example, Atlanta, or Houston or Chicago. They're more densely packed. So, but anyway, I wanted to get this out there and let you guys know what happened, what the corrections I needed to make, some actual factual numbers, other than what the media is trying to push on you that everybody in the world's dying from this. No, no, it's catching up a little bit, but it looks like a lot of this in China is due to lack of medical care, and the population, and causing it to spread like wildfire. Yes, it's in 27 countries. It has spread that fast, but it's very few people catching it in these countries. Most of the people are in the epicenter. So anyway, guys, I'll be back. I'm hoping to be back Thursday or Friday. Like I said, we've got a contractors redoing our bathroom. There's a lot of work to be done. We had some structural damage during overtime due to storms here, and we're getting a lot of stuff done. Um, they're supposed to be here later on today to finish up some work. We have storms coming in tomorrow and Thursday, which means I'm going to be watching the storms and stuff. For people here locally, I am a storm spotter through the NWS. I've been certified since 2008. But I'll see you guys. Hopefully, I'm shooting for Thursday or Friday. More than likely Friday. You guys take care of yourselves. I would say talk hard, but I didn't say. But I think we need to be a little factual about this. This has been on everybody's mind, and a lot of people have been asking questions about it. What do I know about it? What can I find out? Well, you know everything I know now. So, anyway, guys, hit like and subscribe, please. I can't believe I got so many subscribers now. What? I think 30, I think maybe 29, 30. It's quite a bit. I think in 100 years I might actually get the silver play button from YouTube. So, anyway, guys, I'll talk to you later. You guys take care of yourselves. I love every one of you. Thank you for being around. Peace.